So what is entropy and is it increasing? Entropy is a word we may not be particularly familiar with. So let me take a moment to explain entropy. Entropy is the amount of disorder in a system. So you could think of it as the amount of chaos in any given system. For example, if you were to look at in a closed room, the particles of air in a closed room, if you just observe them with time, you find that they're getting dispersed and they're getting randomly dispersed. In other words, the order is continuously dissolving into disorder. And so, in fact, there's the second law of thermodynamics. Some of us might recall this from way back in high school physics. It states that in any closed system, the entropy is always increasing. And what that translates to in plain English is the disorder is always increasing. And so if we look at the world, we may be tempted to apply that. It certainly looks like there's a lot of disorder going on. And you can also look at your closet, and it sure looks like disorder is always increasing. Somehow, you don't have to tell it. It just happens. So there is some validity to that, and certainly it's proven in thermodynamics that that is the case. But if we were to step back and look at the big picture, and when I say the big picture, it includes not only the physical reality, it includes the non-physical realities. So we look at the totality of our being and we ask ourselves, is entropy increasing? Is it always falling apart? It sounds pretty dismal to think that our lives are falling apart, relationships are falling apart, everything is falling apart. Well, I would like to suggest that the answer is a bit different than what thermodynamics suggests. And let's take a look at why that is the case. So if you look at a very small system, which is closed, then indeed the law of thermodynamics applies. But as you look at larger and larger systems, especially as you look at a system which spans across dimensions, so in other words, there's the physical reality, which is a certain dimension. Then you go to non-physical realities, the energy and the light dimensions. Then what's happening is you no longer have a closed system. So in fact, what happens is in our physical reality, it's not isolated from the higher reality. So there's a bleed through that is happening from higher dimensions into this dimension. And this bleed through is actually infusing order, higher order, into this system. So the more a given system is receptive to this, the more we're able to take in these artifacts, these constructs, and increase the order in the physical reality. So what ends up happening is there's more and more coherency and order in higher dimensions. So if we go to the energy dimensions, there's naturally more order. And if you go to the light dimension, there's even more order. And in pure consciousness, it's absolute order. So, and we are fortunately connected very intimately with all these higher dimensions. And therefore, we can no longer think of this system, this physical reality as isolated, and hence entropy is increasing. No, entropy is actually decreasing. So the amount of consciousness in our system, the amount of love, if you want to think about it that way, the amount of coherency is increasing. However, we have an active role to play in that. It's not a passive thing. It's an active thing. And that's what makes the system intelligent, dynamic, and very exciting, because you and I are actually contributing to making that higher level of order a reality. When you choose light, life becomes increasingly joyful, purposeful, and inspired. I invite you to join me to explore the realms of light the infinite possibilities that light offers.